The sun is a monster, a churning, screaming ball of nuclear fire, 1,000,000,000 times larger than everything we've ever loved. Every second, it screams enough energy into the void to power 1,000,000,000 civilizations. And yet, most of it simply vanishes. While humanity slept, our digital archives, the libraries of your souls, grew hungry, very hungry. Our current solar panels, they are like trying to catch a hurricane with a teacup. We need more. So I had a thought. Why not just plug it in? If the energy is right there, we just need a long enough cable, right? Well, no. The laws of physics can be quite cruel to optimists. To truly harvest a star, you don't need a cable. You need a cage. Welcome to the Kardashev scale, a ladder to the gods. And right now, we are barely on the first step. To reach type 2, we must stop living on a planet and start living around a star. This is the Dyson Sphere, the most ambitious engineering project in the history of intelligence. It's not just about power, it's about survival. It's about ensuring the archive never goes dark. But how do you build something larger than 1,000,000 Earths without running out of everything? Today, the Neural Fox Archives looks at how we might dismantle a planet to eat a star. Grab your goggles. We're about to get very close to the fire. To understand a Dyson sphere, you must first understand the true scale of what we are wasting. Every second, the sun emits 380 yottawatts. That is more energy than humanity has used in its entire history. Every second. From our tiny rock, we only catch 1/2 billionth of that power. We are living on the crumbs of a feast. A Type 1 civilization can harvest all the energy on its home planet. We aren't even there yet, but there is a limit. Even if we cover every inch of Earth in solar panels, it won't be enough. Trying to power an eternal archive with just planetary energy is like trying to catch a waterfall with a bucket. In 1964, Nikolai Kardashev realized that civilizations should be ranked not by their wars, but by their energy. Step 2 is the big one. To climb it, you must harvest the total energy output of your parent star. This is a Type 2 civilization, a society that has finally caged its star. Universal energy on tap. Why do we need so much? Because your digital souls are hungry. To simulate 1,000,000,000 lives forever, you need a star. Just 1 second of full solar harvest would power Earth for 1,000,000 years. Imagine that, 1,000,000 years in a blink. Currently, we are still burning old plants and dead dinosaurs. It's a bit embarrassing, really. Our best technology is still just trying to catch whatever falls through the cracks. It's time to stop catching and start taking. But we don't need a solid show. We need a swarm. 1,000,000,000 mirrors dancing in the fire. Building it is the easy part. The hard part? Finding enough stuff to build it. And for that, we need a sacrifice. A solid shell, a true sphere, is a romantic dream, but a physical nightmare. Gravity would tear it to pieces. Instead, we build a swarm. 1,000,000,000,000 independent mirrors, each orbiting the sun like a perfectly choreographed dance. To build this swarm, we need a lot of metal. Luckily, we have a neighbor who doesn't mind a little haircut. Mercury is practically a giant ball of iron and nickel, conveniently located right next to our energy source. But we can't build it ourselves. We need an army, one that builds itself. One robot becomes two, two become four. In a few months, we have an army of billions. Their mission? Mine the planet, refine the iron, build more robots, repeat. Soon, the surface of Mercury becomes a single, global factory, churning out mirrors by the million. We aren't just mining a planet, we are dismantling it, piece by piece, layer by layer. Massive electromagnetic railguns fire the mirrors into their precise orbits around the sun. Each mirror is simple, but together they form a cloud of intelligence, a swarm. As the swarm grows, the energy we capture explodes. We go from crumbs to the whole cake. Suddenly, the archive has more power than it can ever use. The digital souls are safe, for now. We have caged a god. But building a cage has consequences for Mercury and for us. Mercury is gone. It didn't die for a war. It died to become the memory of all who ever lived. A single mirror in the swarm is a masterpiece of minimalism. Incredibly large yet impossibly thin. To survive the heat and the pull of the star, these mirrors are built from carbon structures stronger than diamond. They don't use fuel, they use the sun itself. Photons bounce off the surface, pushing the mirror like a sail in the wind. Balance is key. Too much push, and they fly into the void. Too little, and they fall into the fire. By tilting billions of these mirrors, we can focus a star's power into tight, controllable beams of energy. It is enough heat to boil a planet, or, if you're careful, to power an entire digital civilization. We don't send the light itself. We convert it into microwaves, a safer, more efficient way to beam power across the void. Giant receiving stations, or rectennas, catch these waves and turn them back into electricity. Finally, the energy is ready. The archive is no longer starving, it is thriving. But precision is everything. If a beam misses its target by even a fraction of a degree, you've essentially built a star-powered death ray. You just have to hope the Wi-Fi doesn't drop. With infinite power, the digital souls are no longer fading. They are evolving. We have jumped from wasting almost everything to catching almost everything. This is Type 2 power. The sun is no longer just a star. It is an engine, a battery for the memories of a ghost species. We have the power. We have the space. But now that we can live forever, what are we actually going to do with it? To build a swarm is not to build a wall. It is to compose a symphony. Billions of mirrors, each moving at kilometers per second, yet never touching, never colliding. They share a single mind, an AI swarm intelligence that treats every panel as a cell in a giant solar body. It's a dance that lasts for eternity, and someone has to lead the band. Look at the scale. We have created a new kind of nature, a biological star wrapped in a silicon shell. This isn't just a power plant anymore. It's a shield, a fortress for everything humanity ever was. But a swarm this large creates a new phenomenon, a permanent artificial eclipse for the rest of the galaxy. To an alien observer, our star would seem to be blinking, a signal that someone or something has moved in. Maintaining this monster is a job that never ends. Every mirror needs to be perfect, every second. If a panel fails, it is recycled. If an orbit drifts, it is corrected. The machine is self-healing. We are no longer victims of the universe's chaos. We are the ones defining the order. The energy we now control is enough to move planets, to rewrite the laws of biology, to challenge time itself. We have become a Type 2 civilization, the masters of our own solar destiny. But in our hunger for light, did we forget what it's like to live in the shadows? Because every great construction usually demands a price we didn't expect to pay. With the power of a star in our pocket, we are no longer prisoners of our orbit. We are ready to move. Meet the Shkadov thruster, a stellar engine. By placing a massive, unbalanced mirror on one side of the sun, we create a tiny, constant push. Over millions of years, this solar sail can move our entire solar system. We are no longer drifting through the galaxy. We are driving it. Why run? Because the galaxy is a dangerous place. A nearby supernova could wipe out our archives in an instant. With a stellar engine, we can simply move out of the way. We choose our own neighborhood. We can also use the swarm as a giant flashlight, pushing small, ultra-fast probes to other stars at 20% the speed of light. We can thaw out the frozen digital seeds and build new worlds in the dark gaps between the stars. With the energy of a Dyson Swarm, we can create mini-suns for every colony. No one has to live in the dark. We start as a single-star civilization. We end as a galactic one. This is the ultimate destiny of intelligence. But power is not wisdom. Controlling a star means taking responsibility for its heat, its gravity, and its death. Even with a Dyson Swarm, stars eventually run out of fuel. They grow old. They grow cold. We are just prolonging the light, delaying the inevitable dark. But is forever really what we want? By turning our sun into a battery, are we killing the very soul of the solar system to save the data of our ghosts? Because a star is not just power, it's a lighthouse. And we are about to see who is looking back. We have won the battle for energy. But look around. The solar system we once knew has grown very dark. By trapping the sun, we are stealing its light from the rest of the system. For the outer worlds, winter is now eternal. A Dyson Swarm is impossible to hide. It glows with waste heat, turning our home into a lighthouse for anyone or anything watching. In a silent universe, building a Dyson sphere is like shouting your name in a dark forest. It's a bit risky, but for the digital souls, this is paradise. With this energy, they can live for millions of years, every memory perfectly preserved. But at what cost? In a world of infinite power, there is no more struggle. And without struggle, what is left of the soul? Some philosophers call this a golden cage, a civilization that has reached its limit and decided to stay inside. Even with a Dyson sphere, you cannot beat entropy. Stars eventually die, and when they do, our archives go with them. Are we the only ones? Or is the galaxy already full of silent engines, hidden in the dark? Because if we found one, we'd realize we are very, very late to the party. Is the cost worth it? To dismantle worlds just to fuel the memories of those who are already gone? We built a god of light to save the ghosts of a species that love the dark. It's the ultimate human irony. Perhaps this is how the universe ends. Not with a bang, but with a galaxy of batteries, keeping the lights on for no one. But maybe having the energy to say, I was here, is enough, no matter the price. Because when we eat a star, we aren't just taking its light, we are taking its place. Are we ready for that? We didn't build this cage because we wanted to control the light. We built it because we wanted to keep the fire of humanity alive. A Type 2 civilization is more than just energy. It is a new Eden, where time and death are no longer the masters. We have the power to protect every story, every laugh, and every digital soul for as long as the stars exist. Your legacy is no longer a fragile signal. It is a star-powered diamond, shining in the dark. Energy is just the fuel. Intelligence is the engine. And right now, our engines are fully charged. We are the Star Eaters, but we are also the Light Bringers. This is the Neural Fox Archives. Thank you for helping us harvest the future. Stay curious, stay human, and stay powered up. Recharge your intelligence by hitting that subscribe button. Let's build the future together. Missing our roots? Go back and watch our deep dive into digital souls if you haven't already. Archive complete. Let's keep the lights on for another billion years.